Hey friends, war, stripped of slogans and uniforms, is an economic engine before it is a moral disaster. It is stimulus without debate, spending without delay, demand without restraint. When governments struggle to restart growth, war does it brutally fast. Factories hum because ammunition must be made. Logistics wakes up because fuel, food, steel, chips, and vehicles must move at scale. Employment spikes not just for soldiers, but for engineers, truckers, coders, medics, contractors, miners. Debt becomes politically invisible because national security dissolves fiscal caution. Inflation is reframed as patriotism. Scarcity is called sacrifice. Even inefficiency becomes acceptable because speed matters more than optimization. Markets understand this cynically well. Defense stocks rise, energy demand stabilizes prices, research budgets balloon under the cover of urgency. AI, materials science, aerospace, cybernetics. Things that would take decades of committee approval suddenly get blank checks. Reconstruction is the second act: roads, ports, housing, communications. War destroys, and then it hires again to rebuild. Most importantly, a non-nuclear war preserves the system itself. No total collapse, no global reset, no end to consumer confidence, just enough instability to justify spending, not enough to end trade. This is why every global power quietly prefers conflict that burns but does not explode. Recession is politically fatal. Controlled war is economically useful, and this is where foresight matters, and where it has visibly failed. The current leadership of the United States has been impulsive, abrasive, and excessively verbal on the world stage. Power used to speak through restraint. Now it speaks through tweets, threats, and public ultimatums. That kind of noise collapses diplomatic buffers. It replaces ambiguity with ego, and in geopolitics, ambiguity is oxygen. While Washington postures, others move with clarity. China has been remarkably consistent. It has signaled repeatedly and without drama that it intends to consolidate territory it considers strategically vital, pressure along its disputed borders with India, and full control over Taiwan. This is not rhetoric for domestic applause. It is long-term planning backed by industrial capacity, demographic calculations, and supply chain dominance. Beijing does not need war tomorrow. It needs inevitability. Slow escalation suits it just fine. Contrast that with an America that talks more than it listens. The loudness has consequences. Allies grow nervous. Adversaries test limits. Every impulsive statement forces others to harden positions, not because they want war, but because uncertainty is more dangerous than confrontation. Even the push to acquire Greenland, framed publicly as transactional bravado, revealed something deeper: a desperation to secure resources, routes, and leverage in a world where old dominance is no longer guaranteed. None of this is sensational. It is structural. A multipolar world cannot be managed with a unipolar temperament. When leadership substitutes strategy with volume, the system compensates by drifting toward conflict. Not nuclear, because that ends the game, but regional, prolonged, profitable conflict. The kind that keeps factories open, markets active, and fear just low enough to function. The tragedy is not that war is coming. The tragedy is that it is being normalized as policy because too many powerful economies now depend on it to keep the lights on.